Hey guys, Dal here from Dal's Rigging and Crane Tips. A 2020 aahhhyeahya. This is how we roll. Look, I'm back in action. I had a kid. I had my hernia. I got the operation. I'm all mended now. Sometimes blood comes out of it. I don't know what that's all about, but we don't want to know about my groin and blood in my undies, do we? No one wants to know about that. My baby's good, she's fit and healthy, loves the tit, just like her dad. So, you know, like father, like daughter. 3 kids now, I know. After the second one, no one really cares. They're like, oh man, let's tick Darwin off to not invite him over for dinner anymore because we're gonna have to feed 3 kids and 2 adults. So, but that's it, that's life. You gotta have kids, love my kids. I come from a big family. I'm one of 7. So I don't know what my parents are thinking, but obviously they didn't have a TV, they didn't have drugs, there was nothing else to do, so they had 7 kids. But luckily, they had me, aahhhyeahya. Anyway, 2020, it's gonna be me and you guys, bro. We're gonna be Team Alpha Male. We're gonna be Crane Tip Fan 2020. 2020 vision, 2020 year. Alright? So let's start it off with a good old crane tip, mate. A good old crane tip. Today's crane tip, alright? Here's the scenario. You're good for 20 ton. The load is 9.5 ton. So you got heaps in your chart, alright? You're good for 20 ton. The load is 9.5 ton. Your falls on your winch are good for 5 ton each, alright? And you've got 2 falls in. So you're good for 10 ton on your hook, but you're good for 20 ton on your crane. So you got heaps up your sleeve. You know the load's 9.5 ton. Let's say 9.7. So you can do the load, but guess what? Your crane is going to be running above 90%. Yeah. And guess what happens when you pick up that load? All your bells and whistles are going to be going. Your yellow spiral's going to be going. Everyone on the ground, if you're working at a shop or a workshop, they're going to hear this and they're going to start getting stressed out. They're going to be like, bro, your alarm's on. Are you almost tipping over? Yeah, you're not almost tipping over. You know that. But everyone else at the ground who are ignorant about it, they don't know that. All right? The BHP supervisor doesn't know that. He thinks, man, are you actually good for this lift? This guy's unset. Look at his alarms going. And sometimes if you winch up too fast, when the load's close to is 90%, it actually goes over for a second and it cuts out your winch, it cuts out your crane. And so the alarms go again. And then the load's stop and starting and your crane's jumping around, all right? And everyone's scared on the ground because you're at 99%. 99%, bro. So this is the old cowboy trick, all right, to keep you out of trouble, is you change your falls to 3 falls, even if you have 2 falls. I know, you change it to 3 falls, because 1, you know the load's 9.5 ton, all right, you know that. So you know you're not going to go over your winch capability. You're good for 20 ton, so you're not going to go over your crane capability. You just don't want everyone on the ground hearing your alarms going off. And you don't want your winch to cut out if it suddenly taps 10 ton. Alright? So it's a good little trick, but beware. On most cranes, you have to change your winch falls, your hook falls, with no load on the hook. So you can't get up to 8 ton and go, oh, I want to change my falls. You have to put the load back down. So if you've got a specific heavy load that they've worked all day to pick up, you want to do that before you pick it up. Alright? You want to do that before you pick it up. So your winch is still good. Your crane is still good. You just lie into the computer essentially that you've got more winches up so all your bells and whistles don't go off. Alright? Now, some people could frown at that, but you should know your load weight before you lift it. So if it's underneath 10 tonne, underneath your capabilities, yeah, take the hooks off, I know, but let's just keep it simple. You're above your capabilities, the ropes are good for it, the winch drum's good for it, your crane's good for it. You just don't want all the bells and whistles. Because guess what happens when your fitters, your riggers, and everyone else hears alarms? Everyone's intensity goes up. Everyone's emotions start going up. People start rushing. And that's when you have accidents. That's when you look like a dickhead. Because the crane's bouncing up. Because you're tapping into your limits. And it's cutting off. It's going back on. And you're like, oh, bro. I look like an idiot. So that's the rule. Before you start lifting on something that goes higher to your winch capability, change your winch just up one fall, and then you'll be good for 15 tonne. You don't have 3 on, you've only got 2, but then it cuts out all the alarms. So I hope this makes sense, alright? And I hope this trick helps you. And remember, you can only change your falls with no load on the hook, so do it before. Do it before you pick it up, okay? So you can rewind this and we'll go over the scenario again if you don't understand what I'm saying. Just rewind the video, we can go back. But that's a tip, and that's us, alright? Now, 2020, big year. I'm coming out strong, man. I've got a new mission for life. I've got my family, I've got my missions, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me, man. Alright? I'm a crane operator, just like you. I used to be 140 kg, and I thought one day I'm just going to lose weight because I'm sick of being a fat cunt. I'm sick of being in my crane, smoking ciggies and eating pies. Alright? So maybe we'll do some life coaching too. Nah, I don't know. But we'll stick to the crane tips, alright? Stick to the crane tips. And we'll stick to getting better, little by little. A little bit a day. No pressure, alright? Like these videos, subscribe here. 2020 fam, 2020 crane tip fam, 2020 brothers of the hook. We out, alright? Bang.